3, 2, 1, go! Welcome to the Wednesday Team Achieve Call. My name is Coach Chaz, the diamond leader of the group. We are going to be moving forward with our little storytelling series so the coaches on the team can get practice sharing their story. For those of you watching these recordings on YouTube or through the group, hopefully you can be taking something out of this because we all come from somewhere, we all have different backgrounds, and we're all coming together with a type of unity with Beachbody where we all have the same type of goals. We all want to help people. We all want to build a business to build ultimately time and financial freedom. You guys probably saw the video I posted the other night where I was pulling into my parents' house and I just had one of those moments where I sat back and went, holy crap, I'm making it happen right now, because in the past I would have been working. I would have been slaving away for that 5-star spa that I was stuck at for 4 years. And it was just one of those moments where it just totally hit me. Again, I have these moments every now and then where I just stop and go, I actually am making this happen, because I spent years in doubt and I spent years not really sure if I can make this thing work, because ultimately I was watching my coach Jason just take off like a rocket, making thousands of dollars a week. And here I am sitting at $100 a week going, how am I going to make this work? But stay consistent. Take each of these stories that you guys have been watching, take notes, implement what they teach you, what you take out of it, implement it on your life, your business. Ultimately, just don't quit on yourself, because it will happen for you. So moving forward, recognition for Success Club is going out to 2 people, because even myself and a lot of other people were still at 0 for the month. Still early on, but congratulations to Kaylee, which I actually just saw pulled in 4 points as of this morning. I don't know if you knew you brought in those other 2, but I definitely saw that overnight. So congratulations for 4 points. And Megan is falling right behind with Success Club 2. A couple other stats I wanted to pull up real quick is weekly volume. Like I told you guys before, since the team has started growing, I oversee everyone's business center, so I can see those numbers. And the growth over the last month has been nuts. So congratulations to everybody for putting in this big push this year, because like I said, 2013 for me personally, that was my year to personally build my business to a certain point where I wanted it to be. I wanted to hit Success Club every single month. That was my main focus, not really a whole lot else. And now that I made that happen, it's a consistent thing. 2014 is about growing as a team, coming together, like I said, with a unity, pushing forward. So this big 1-year push that everyone is hopping on board with, congratulations to each of you, especially to the following. So this is just this week in volume. I have got 660 right now, and then trailing behind there is going to be Phil at 270, Kaylee at 250, Lucy at 180, and Jen at 180. So congratulations to you guys for having an awesome week. Wow, speaking of the devil there. Morning, right. Sunshine. Phil is works nights, so for him to be on the call right now is awesome. Welcome to the first. I think it's your first live call I've had you on, aside from your guest speaking.
Yeah, right. You're right.
Well, if you, I think you just missed it, but I gave you a shout out for hitting 270 customer volume this week. So awesome job, brother.
Right on.
So speaking of Phil, Phil is actually going to be taking over one aspect that we need to start focusing on more, which is kind of the business aspect, because it's easy to sell a bunch of challenge packs and get your challengers going. But ultimately, if you're looking for residual income, the way to do it is through building a team. So Phil is actually going to step up as a leader. And, I've been watching this guy just take that next step every single month since he joined back in June. So congratulations to you, brother. So Phil is going to start leading a business webinar. These are webinars that I believe weekly, correct? So weekly, every Tuesday, Phil is going to be leading somewhere between 20 and 30 minutes, and it's a webinar based on just the business. Phil is great at speaking about this stuff, so he stepped up. He volunteered. He wants to do this for the team. So you guys can reach out to him for some details. So it's going to be every Tuesday, I believe 5:30 or 6 Pacific Standard Time.
Something like that, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So we'll work out the details, and I'll do a big official post when it's all done. But so this is going to be a great tool for you guys to use, because when somebody talks to you about the business, it's easy to word vomit. It's easy to just talk way too much and eventually just push them away. If you start talking about emerald rank and cycle bonuses and all this stuff right up front, it pushes people away. So what you can do instead, when somebody shows interest in the business, you can say, okay, well, that's great. I'll tell you what, we have a webinar coming up on Tuesday that's going to give you every aspect that you need to know about becoming a coach and building a business. It's led by one of our leader coaches, Phil. He's great at telling you about this stuff. Would you like to see that? And that's as simple as it needs to be. Use it as a tool. Just like when somebody comes to you for Shakeology, don't word vomit about the 70 ingredients that are in it. Just simply say, this is how it's helped me. I've seen these benefits. Do you have time to watch this quick video? Okay, great. What did you like best about that video? Use these tools that we have, guys. So Phil, I'm definitely grateful for this guy stepping up and being able to host this business webinar. So it's going to be a great addition for the team that you guys can use. Phil is also going to be taking over the team call for, let's see, March 26th, because you guys have heard about that cruise, the Beachbody trip I've been talking about for the last year and a half. It's finally down to its final 2 weeks before I head out. So I will be gone on that trip from March 20th up until the night of March 31st. So almost 2 weeks I will be gone. I don't know if I'll be completely unavailable. We are spending a few extra days actually with Jason down in Florida. So it's going to be 3 days before, 3 days after. So I'm sure I'll have my computer and hop on here, check in with you guys. But for the most part, just consider me unavailable for about 2 weeks, because that's my first vacation with Trista ever. We couldn't afford to do an actual honeymoon. We went to the Oregon coast here where it rains all the time. That was our big honeymoon. So this is our first trip together. So I'll be pretty much off the planet for about 2 weeks, guys. So thank you, Phil, again, for stepping up. He's going to be taking over the team call that day. And one last agenda item is going to be the Coach Basics group. So a lot of you were in my first Coach Basics group, which I did last month. I made it through about 12 or 13 of those videos. It was way more time consuming than I thought it would be. And ever since coming back from this Franklin Covey time management training, I'm still trying to figure out my new schedule. I had an old schedule, which I was very diligent about following, but now that I'm being strict on myself a little bit more with this new one, some days I did not make time to do it. So I only got through about 12 or 13 of those videos, which I think was a great starting point. So moving forward, our next Coach Basics group is going to be starting in 6 days, March 10th, this coming Monday. So use that as leverage to do your posts and say, hey guys, we have a business boot camp coming up. If you want to learn how to make money from home, get healthy, and help other people do the same thing, let me know. Because we have this 30-day boot camp. You know, you could call it whatever you want, business boot camp, etc. So that's going to be starting this Monday, and I'm going to be finishing up pretty much just reusing the same videos again, but I'm going to extend those out because I want to have a 30-day video series is my ultimate goal. So I'll be getting that done this month. And aside from that, I'm done talking. Any questions before we start?
Yes, Charles.
Yeah.
I'm going to get off the call because I'm in a lot of pain and I just took pain meds, but I will watch it later.
Awesome. No worries. I know you just went through pretty big surgery there. So you definitely get your rest. I'll be praying for you.
Thank you. I just wanted to let you know that I was still there and didn't forget about the calls on Wednesday.
Awesome. Well, thank you for hopping on for this minute.
Thank you, Charles. Have fun on your cruise.
I sure will. Thank you. Get some rest today.
Okay, bye.
Yeah. All right, and moving forward, our guest speaker today is going to be Coach Megan, which is one of our newer coaches brought on by Tom Shuck. And she's going to be covering her story. She has a little bit of a different story than what your typical Beachbody coach would have. A lot of people come into this thing saying, I lost 100 pounds and blah, blah, blah. Megan has a slightly different approach, which can, of course, target a different type of market, which is great. So she's going to be sharing her story, and her biggest thing is going to be sharing her little secrets of Instagram because she's been blowing that thing up lately. So I am done talking. Megan, it's all you.
Hey, guys. So first of all, I want to open up by saying I'm scared to death for speaking in front of people. So I just want to put that out there. So anyways, I'm just going to get right into it. Basically, like Charles was saying, my story is a little bit different in the aspect that what drives me isn't necessarily losing weight or anything like the normal. It's actually more so of staying alive and actually gaining weight, which sounds weird. Because I had dealt with having anorexia for several years, actually from about the time I was 11 to about 18 or so. I was like just really like almost died anorexic. So that's my story. That I am just recently starting to get out there. I actually wrote a book about it. So I've been really just trying to be really transparent about it and trying to throw it out there to people, because I know that if, you know, when I was going through it, if somebody would have been really open about it and just started talking about it, I think that I definitely would have sought out help before I did. So that's mine isn't, I'm having a hard time actually posting a picture like the before picture, because most everybody has, you know, overweight or whatever. And of course I want to lose, like, you know, in certain areas like most women do, but mine was more so of keeping the weight on, but gaining it in a healthy way so I didn't get scared back into anorexia. So, but I've been anorexic or food sober, I call it, for a couple years now, about 7 years. So that's been really good to do. And so that's what I've been doing on Instagram. Is I started Instagram, I think 6 weeks ago, I want to say, maybe 5.5, 6 weeks ago. And that's before I signed up to be a coach. And so what I started doing was my first post was something about like being able to fit in my skinny jeans or something like that, which everybody wants to. Because after I recovering from anorexia, I did gain weight, which is kind of scary for somebody who doesn't ever want to gain weight. So therefore I had skinny jeans. That kind of answers that concept about it. So after I did that, I immediately knew that I was going to be posting videos. So I wanted to post a video right away just saying hi, because it's always weird to like go on somebody's Instagram and you see a bunch of pictures and all of a sudden they get on and say something and you're like, who's that?
Yep.
So I wanted to get out there right away because I knew like videos was going to be my thing. So anyone out there who's seen my videos, you're welcome and thank you at the same time. So I know a little bit about copywriting, which is basically just copy ad for marketing purposes. So I'll share my little secret about that as well. And my other secret tool is my husband. He's been helping me out a lot with my blog and my website and stuff like that. So, keeping consistent on Instagram to me is really important. So my kind of vibe is like funny, sarcastic videos, because you want to be real with people, and I know that I want to draw a certain personality, so I don't want people who are going to be like I have to walk on eggshells with them, or somebody that I have to constantly say, did you work out today? Are you going to work out tomorrow? Like, I don't know. I want them to be kind of self-motivated. But in the same aspect, I do post motivating posts too, if that makes sense. So on my Instagram, I'm really open. I know that a lot of people aren't, but I try to let people know like my personality with every post. I'll say something so that people can kind of get to know me more. And and see that I'm a real person. I'm not just like, you know, some made up Instagram person or whatever. And then I do struggle with real life things, and I have goals I want to get to. Can I do 1,000 push-ups? No. Can I do 10? Sometimes. So I want people to see that, because I've had a lot of people say, oh, well, you know, I'm not in shape or whatever, so I can't get started. And I think that's total baloney. But I try to help them see that even coaches have goals and coaches make progress. So if a coach can do it, you know, anyone can do it, sort of a thing. So that's my biggest thing, is to be open with people to as far as you're comfortable. And that if you create a certain like personality on your Instagram, or like a certain vibe, you're gonna draw those people to you, and they're gonna stick with you longer. Just in my experience so far, that's what I've learned. And if they don't like you, then they'll unfollow. So that's kind of my thing. I post a lot, which I know I probably should not post as much, but I can't help it. I kind of live on it. So, oh, and then also using certain words as you're typing out like your message, like the word because is very important. Everybody wants to know, well, why does this work? And, you know, why is drinking water good for you, sort of a thing. So if you always say, hey, do this, because it sets in their mindset like, oh, she just gave me a reason, so why not, you know? And then also, if you want somebody to read or to listen to your videos, say, oh, have you ever thought about this? And the word this makes them think, what's this? You know what I mean? It really like piques their curiosity. And then last but not least, I find Instagram people who have a lot of followers, like a lot, like enough to spare. So I go and they're the kind of Instagram site that or people that I am more so like. So I'm not gonna get like some sexy vixen or whatever, you know, because I don't want people like that on my Instagram. I want somebody that's kind of funny, you know, kind of real, kind of sarcastic. So I go on their followers, and then I just, you know, follow as many people as I can follow. And most of the time they'll follow right back, which is awesome. And I give them a little bit of time. If they don't follow back, then I have the app that I can see who's not following, and then I just start unfollowing people. So aside from just straight out following other people, you take an interest in them. Even if you just like their hairstyle, I'm like, oh, that's a really cute hairstyle, or whatever. You know what I mean? They're like, oh, who commented on my Instagram? And they go and follow you because you're an awesome person. So why wouldn't they follow? I think that's basically it. I hope I covered things well. Is there
Awesome.
any questions? Can I ask if there's questions?
Oh, geez, yeah. This is yours. Do what you got to do.
Are there any questions?
What app do you use that shows you whether someone follows back or not?
I think it's just called InstaFollow or something like that. If you look on your apps,
Okay.
because what I originally did is I looked in the apps to find like how I could find my followers, but then that came up and I was like, oh, I'll just find people, and then whoever's not following you can unfollow.
Okay.
It's like $1.99 or something like that.
Tax write-off. I'm all about those.
But I'll post exactly the name of it, but I think it's just called InstaFollow.
Awesome. Any other Q&A? Sweet. Well, I even took some notes down. So I will share. You guys know me, I like to ramble. I'll just share my little 2 cents I took out of this. Because remember, was it last week or the week before? If you really come into these calls and be focused in and dialed in with who's speaking, and you look for those little gold nuggets, you can literally take notes from anyone speaking. It doesn't matter if they say 1,000 words or 10 words. There will be somebody's message and some type of note you can take down based on that. So I love the fact that you talked about being you, because it all comes down to the law of attraction, which I've talked about before. You cannot be a people pleaser in this business. You can't try to please every little person and every little thing. And like you say, you should not get to the point where you have to walk on eggshells with one person and then be your complete spazzy self with another.
Right.
There should be a middle ground where you're just you, and you will draw in the people that you need to draw in. I don't know about you guys, but I want people in my coaching team and my challenge groups who are just like me. I want people who are serious when they need to be serious. I want people who are goofy when they need to be goofy. That's just my type of personality. It's a fine line between both. So the fact that you brought that up is awesome, because especially the fact that you're a new coach too, that you get it that quick. I mean, I see people, it takes years for them to let go, because we're in this society where we care so much about what other people think. Like, oh, I'm not going to say this joke because I don't know what this person will say, or I'm not going to do this Facebook post because this one person might see it and get mad. Let it go. Follow what Megan is telling you guys. Just be yourself, and you'll attract the people who need to come in. Aside from that, I mean, that was my biggest takeaway out of it. Just kind of revisiting what I'm getting some feedback on here. Da-da-da. Check. All right, I'm going to mute this real quick. Check. There we go. Sorry, Phil, it was yours. All right. So, yeah, that was the biggest takeaway that I took out of this thing, was just be yourself. I mean, go back and watch this again and really focus in on this call and listen to what Megan is talking about, because, I mean, I've been doing this stuff 5 years, and Megan is just in her first few months, and we're on the same playing field right now, because you get it. You've had that switch where you just stop caring. You just be you. You be your goofy self. I mean, the videos you put up are hilarious, and you're going to draw hilarious people to that. So, I mean, literally everyone go back and watch this call again, re-listen to it, write stuff down that sticks out to you, because then you can look at it and write different stuff down. Like, for example, I wrote down be yourself, walking on eggshells, and draw your people in. And at the bottom, I wrote law of attraction. Those are the key things that stuck out to me. Then I can look at these, and they'll start to shape within me what I can do moving forward. And I also wrote down 896 Instagram followers is what I'm at. Instagram has been a great tool that I've personally been using, but not to its fullest potential. So I'm happy Megan came on here and shared some of that stuff, because I wrote down all those things. Use the word because, follow those top Instagram people and follow their followers. And the biggest thing is comment on other people's stuff. That was actually a big thing I did on YouTube, because I built my beginning of my business was from doing YouTube videos. I had over 200 up there of my P90X journey. And the biggest thing I did to build more followers was comment and share other people's videos. So it's kind of the exact same concept. So I'm personally going to be busting my butt. And now that I see I'm almost at 900 Instagram followers, I have now set my goal to hit 1,000, hopefully by Sunday. It's a pretty lofty goal, but I'm going to do it.
You can do it.
I know, right? So I challenge you guys to use Megan's tools that she just gave you, her tips, and even inside the Team Achieve group, like I put down 896. I'm going to post this video link, and underneath this video link, I want you to comment with how many followers you currently have. So I'm going to put 896 and put what your goal is for the next week or two. So that's your takeaway for today. That's your one homework assignment aside from going back and listening to this call again and taking notes if you did not. Because like I said, I've been doing this thing 5 years. I still take notes all the time, always. I mean, this is my, it's not that big, my little notepad, but this it's my third one in the last couple months. This is just my video log and notes from videos. I have 2 other binders that thick full of information that I personally just jotted down over the years. So you guys, become note takers. That's going to be a different video coming up. Aside from that, I'm going to shut up. You guys get a little early day off for me talking because I have to go work on cars for the rest of the day. So again, thank you, Megan, for hopping on here. I know that fear of publicly speaking, even though it's just a small group of us here, it's nerve-wracking. It's funny too, especially with these calls, because you're on the video every single week and you may sit here and see everyone live, but when it's your turn to speak, all of a sudden the heart drops and you go, oh crap. So nice work. You did awesome. Thank you for hopping on here, sharing your story. Aside from that, you guys have any questions? Oh, Phil, sorry. Let me unmute you, man. All you, brother.
I don't have any questions. I just want to say good call today, Megan. Picked up a lot up off it as well. On top of that, I'm going to get back to you kind of privately. I have a kind of private matter about that situation, your story, and kind of might mix in with mine anyways. The call that I'm going to do with you guys coming up in a couple of weeks, excited for that. On top of that, the stuff we're going to be doing on Tuesdays, every Tuesday, is going to be great for your business. It's going to build everything that you need to show your maybe potential coaches or potential customers. And it kind of stops you from, like Chaz said, word vomiting, and just allows you to just say, watch this. If it's for you, cool. If it's not, move on to the next one.
Yep.
The idea is to continually, show people the business. I mean, if you can show 2 people a day, the bigger this business will come, and the bigger it's going to be for everybody. So I've reaching out here to give this to you guys for you to be able to, build your business and obviously build it for everybody, because if everybody's succeeding, then we're all succeeding. So that's my take on today. Thank you.
Amen to that. All right, guys. You have a blessed day. Remember, our goal, or at least my goal for the team, is to have a team of motivated, successful individuals that go out on a mission to lift others up every single day. Right?
Right.
Awesome.
Let's go rock it today, guys. I believe in you. I'm proud of you. Let's make it happen. This has been Coach Chaz. See you later.
Bye.
Peace.
Bye.